think it went well. I think that we all have a lot of the same ideas. I think we're all passionate. You want me to get out?
Right.
You need to get out?
Yeah, and you'll be next.
Yeah, that's
So what was one of the highlights that you feel like, stuck out for you?
I think it was great that everybody sees the issues that we have with infrastructure. I think that was great. And then also the accountability. I think that we all kind of had the same thing. And I like that there are a lot of things that we all agree on. And that's a good thing.
Now, I hear you speak out, about supporting the police and what the flock cameras. Now, I've heard people speak on that, but you have addressed it, so any additional thoughts you have?
I don't have a ton of information about the flock cameras, and I obviously wouldn't vote anything in if I didn't do my research on it first, so I need to do some more research.
I'm going to go talk to them.
So
Who are you representing?
Pasco Connect Magazine, we interviewed before.
Okay.
So I would want to research and get a little bit more information. I love the idea of having cameras around the schools because I think that that's so important. We can keep our children safe that way. Granted, anybody can take photos of your tag in your car. I mean, anybody can do it, so it's not that big a deal. But I want to make sure that how that information is being used. I want to make sure that we're not putting a system in place that's going to create issues for everyone.
Right. How do you feel like you get the information?
I'll research it myself, and I'll be contacting our police chief, and he can give me information on the cameras itself. But I always try to do my own research.
Okay, I'll follow back up with you, Kelly. Good luck.
Thank you.
You did a beautiful job, per usual. You good.
I appreciate you. Yeah. And you look amazing.
Thank you.
That's your daughter. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just saying, I didn't know she was here.
Appreciate you.
What's that? Please send me that photo.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Arlo, okay, perfect. I think that went well. Check it and see.
Because I wouldn't even look at it at one point.
I know.
Making my rounds.
Yes, you want to talk?
Yes, I did. How do you feel about the debate this evening?
I think it's excellent. I think that sometimes questions should not be told in advance. We sort of find out what they really know instead of how much they did research. But they all had great answers, and that's fine. It's still up to the public to decide. And this is only a very small part of the public, but maybe they'll spread the word.
Right. Any intel you've gotten as far as how people are voting? Do you all send out polls or anything?
No. We all are, doing our own projects. I've been doing this for the fifth election, so I have my own projects and the way I go about doing it, and so I don't judge them. I don't really follow them. They do their projects, and I'm busy. I have a real job and a mayor and prime minister.
So what do you think though, as far as you said you run a couple of times, so based on your previous times running, what is anything different about this particular run?
Well, there's 4 people instead of 3.
Oh, that's different. Okay. All right, well, good luck to you, Mayor. Thank you so much. I'll follow up with you.
How you doing? You doing all right, buddy?
Met a couple of times at the campaign and things like that. How was the election going for you?
Good. Busy putting the flyers together. I got to do all my campaign work myself, so I'm really is busy. Plus, I'm the mayor, so I've got to do all the mayor stuff as well. So I'm very busy.
Well, I know, we met during your campaign, and I learned that I could not vote or whatever. But what are some things you want to say to me?
Sure. So obviously, my campaign is all about continuing the progress that we've made, that stability. I've really done a lot in the last 3 years. I've opened communications. You probably heard about the town halls that we do quarterly. They mentioned in there that they want some more transparency and communication. I've done that for Richey. So we have time quarterly. Folks will come out for 2 hours, have open dialogue with council. It's really good. I really wish we had more attendance, to be honest with you, but hit or miss. But it's a good forum for people to get out and get their questions answered. We can talk back to them.
Anything like this happening in Port Richey?
We're actually having a candidate debate on Thursday night. 6 to 7 is the Port Richey candidates. 7 to 9 is the New Port Richey candidates. We move over at the church on Leo Kid, Latin World Capital.
I'll be there.
So, yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to see.
All right. Getting everything out, but it was good to hear, everything you have to say. I recorded a lot, so I just put an article back out. I may just give me your thoughts on, the debate and running for your candidacy for mayor. Is this your first time running?
It is here, yeah, absolutely. And so it is different, right? But I mean, I ran for mayor because the mayor is no different position than any other city council member, right? And it was really important. It was the race that was this year. I have the skills in governance, specifically, like I mentioned, I work in policy and governance, and I specifically focus on human and IT methodology within artificial intelligence and emerging technology. You might have this list down, right? But because I focus on a systemic lens, I think about it from the human perspective, and I work specifically with founders and educators and making sure their voices are heard in legislation and policy meetings. I can bring those skills to this position specifically, and I think about these questions in a different systemic way, right? Like I mentioned, I'm a systems thinker, and so I'm thinking not just about the first primary effects, but also secondary and tertiary, and down the line what's going to happen in 20 years. That's just how I naturally think. I'm a professional broadcaster, and so that's something where you're looking at all the potential negatives that can happen, all of the disasters, and how do you actually mitigate against that? And so that is a skill that I thought, okay, this is something I can really contribute. And rather than working with all of the, I work on the Schwetman proposal, I work on the library comprehensive plan, I help the environmental committee with their Monarch Festival and some wildlife ordinances, that sort of thing. Great, I can continue doing all those projects, and I will, but right now I think that I can help lead this city into an entirely more beneficial direction for our community, not just the ones who are living here now, but the ones who are going to come up, like our children, right? Like I have 4 children, I'm a mother of 4, my oldest is going to be 25 this year, and so I've been a mother more than half of my life, and it really is the lens in which I operate and I see the world in, and making sure we're planning for the future while also preserving our history and focusing on the present. Like, we only have today. We can plan for the future, but we really only have today. So we need to make sure that our citizens, our residents, everyone who's a part of our community feels like they really are a part of our community. And that means not just dissing them when you don't agree with them. And no one is going to agree with you 100% of the time, but you should be able to justify your position. So, again, that's a multitude of reasons. But yeah.
So what are your next steps for the campaign?
Well,
Leading up to election day.
so tomorrow night I'm having a campaign, 2 weeks left, kind of energizing, get out the vote rally at Ordinance 1. It's going to be a lot of fun from 7 to 9. And then on Thursday we have the debate hosted by the Nature Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, which I'm really looking forward to because, this one was wonderful, having a forum to be able to answer these questions in depth. But we don't know what the questions are going to be on that one, and I don't know how the debate rules are going to work. And so I'm excited about that. I like these kind of conversations and being able to hear from each other and, almost play tennis with each other's ideas, and how do we actually develop better policy altogether? Because we all have our ideas, but how do we actually take those all together? Because we all represent different groups. We're not pulling from each other often. And so I really think that at the end of the day, we're going to have to figure out how to unite and get all of these things actually accomplished and utilize all of the wonderful resources in this city, because it's an amazing city. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't care about it.